Hey, everybody. Welcome to Behavior Bites. My name is Brad.
And I'm Mike, and we're also joined by Callie, our producer, who's behind the cameras.
All right, guys. We're going to be talking about leveraging relationships today. Mike, you talk about this all the time. I talk about this all the time. People hear it all the time. You got to build and maintain strong relationships with our kids. What I find is when I talk to a lot of teachers, they'll say, okay, yeah, that's great, Brad. I've got great relationships with my kids, right? But what do I do with it when now my student is dysregulated? How do I use my relationships to help?
Let's start with an analogy. I call it the height of bed principle.
Okay.
Right? And this is one a lot of people have experienced. All right, the height of bed principle. You have a friend that calls you up and says, I need help moving a height of bed. A height of bed, for those of you that are of a younger age that might not know for sure, those are the pull-out bed couch things. They have these big metal frames inside. They're awful to move. They're awkward. The frame flips out. It's a terrible experience.
They're the worst. You're going to lose a finger.
Right. It's just brutal to do. Now, if there's somebody that I have a good relationship with, somebody that I can trust, somebody that's helped me do other things in the past, I'm going to say yes, kind of maybe begrudgingly, right? Now, if the next weekend they say, oh, yeah, I need another one moved too. And then the weekend after that, and I have a deep freeze that I need you to help me with. Eventually, it's just going to be like, I'm busy that weekend, man. And then they might say, but I didn't tell you a weekend yet. And then I got to say, I'm busy all the weekends.
Yeah. Don't you want this pizza on a paper plate that I bought for you to lug all this stuff?
Exactly. To help me do this awful, awful thing. So like, that's my experience. And we've all experienced that type of thing. We're willing to do some of the tough work for the people that we already have the relationship with.
Yeah. So guys, what it boils down to here is mutual respect and trust. Okay. I respect you enough that I'm going to partner with you on something. And I trust you enough to be confident that you're not going to take advantage of me.
Right. We can also think of it as an economics type of analogy here. And I really like this too. So we're building our relationship or relational currency with our students. We're building it up. We're doing our meet and greets. We're, learning about our students and what really, kind of drives them. We're fun, cool teachers. We're building up that relationship stack. Now, when it's time when I might ask them to do something difficult, and that could be to do an assignment, that might be to help them get regulated again. Those are challenging tasks. It might draw down that account a little bit, but if I put in the time to build up the stack, then I'm just going to be much more effective when you get there. And then we have to kind of build that back up again, as opposed to if we're starting down here, where we have none of that that currency, we're going to hit some pushback. It's an investment, in an economics analogy here. It's an investment that can pay off some really good dividends.
Absolutely. You guys, here's the thing. These relationships, that relational currency, which I love, that's a great term. That by itself isn't a strategy, right? But what you guys are going to find is if you've got those strong relationships with your kids, then that's going to turbocharge all of the strategies that we do use when we intervene with a kid who's struggling, who's dysregulated, right? Even if your strategy isn't that great, even if your strategy is, hey, dude, you want to cut that out, please? Right? That's more likely to work, even with our prickly kids, if I've got a strong relationship with them.
Yeah, we'd love to hear what your thoughts are on this. So go ahead and leave a comment, or if you have a question about what we did, or honestly, why don't you share with us and everybody else that's watching, what are your go-to relationship building strategy?
Hey guys, do us a favor, click the link in bio, and we'd love to hear from you. In the meantime, go forth and do good things.